Hi everybody, and welcome to my channel, and here are my predictions for this weekend's Premiership matches. Let's start with Man United versus Everton. Well, just when you think Man United are going to get back to winning ways, they go and lose. They go back to their bad old ways again and start losing again. Of course, they lost to Manchester City last weekend, 3-1. And Everton, well, they didn't do any better, did they? They lost to West Ham by the same score. I don't know how. I think the Manchester United board must have made their minds up about Ten Hag. I wouldn't be surprised if as we get towards the end of the season. At the end of the season, he's sacked. I think they've already made their mind up, but I don't know who I'm going to have to replace him. I'll be very surprised if they keep him there for the start of next season. I don't know. I don't know how he keeps his job, because he's not suited for Man United. They've tried everybody else to try and get Man United back to winning ways again, but it's failed. Man United have won 14, lost 11. Everton have won 8, lost 12. This one I'm going to go for Man United. Man United 1, Everton 0. Bournemouth versus Sheffield United. Bournemouth at the moment are 13th, and of course we all know Sheffield United, they are bottom. And of course Bournemouth beat Burnley last weekend, and poor old Sheffield United, they seem to be the whipping boys of the Premiership. Arsenal beat them 6-0 on Monday night. Bournemouth have won 8, lost 11. Sheffield United have won 3, lost 20. And as each match goes by, it looks like it's increasing likely that Sheffield United will be back in the Championship next season by the looks of it. I can't see them getting out of this, the mess they're in. This one I'm going to go for Bournemouth. Bournemouth 3, Sheffield United 0. Crystal Palace versus Luton. Well, Crystal Palace at the moment are 14th, and of course Luton are 18th. Crystal Palace lost last weekend to Tottenham. The new manager they've just brought in, he doesn't seem to have got that new bounce yet, like all managers do. Crystal Palace have won 7, lost 13. Luton have won 5, lost 16. This one I'm going to go for Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace 2, Luton 0. Wolves versus Fulham. Wolves at the moment are 10th, and Fulham are 12th. Wolves have won 11, lost 11, whereas Fulham have won 10 and they've lost 12. Of course, Wolves lost last weekend to Newcastle. This one I'm going to go for Wolves 1, Fulham 3. I'm going to go for Fulham to win 3-1. Arsenal versus Brentford. Of course, Arsenal are 3rd and Brentford are 15th. Arsenal, well, they just keep on winning. They've won 19, lost 4. Brentford have won 7, lost 15. Of course, Brentford drew with Chelsea at the weekend, last weekend. This one, I can't see Brentford getting anything from Arsenal. I'm going to go for Arsenal 4, Brentford 2. Villa versus Tottenham. Well, Villa are 4th and Tottenham are below them in 5th. And of course, Villa beat Luton last weekend and Tottenham beat Crystal Palace. Villa have won 17, lost 6. Tottenham have won 15, lost 6. This one, I'm going to go for... I think I'm going to go for a draw in this one. Villa 2, Tottenham 2. Brighton versus Nottingham Forest. Brighton are 9th and Forest are 17th. And of course Forest are dangerously close to being third from bottom. And of course Forest need wins to stay up. Brighton on the other hand, well, Brighton are not playing so well at the moment. They seem to be losing matches ever since they beat Sheffield United a few weeks ago. They've seem to have gone on a losing run. Brighton have won 10, lost 8. Forest have won 6, lost 15. This one I'm going to go for Brighton. Brighton 2, Forest 0. West Ham versus Burnley. Well, West Ham at the moment are 7th, and of course Burnley 2nd from bottom. And of course are another team who are facing relegation. They'll be back playing in the Championship next season. West Ham have won 12, lost 9. Burnley have won 3, lost 20. Well, everybody did say at the start of the season that they thought that Burnley would struggle, and I'm afraid they am. I'm afraid the Burnley and Sheffield United are the 2 worst teams in the Premiership. I don't know how they've managed to win promotion from the Championship last year. I'm terrible. They're 2 of the worst teams in the Premiership. This one I'm going to go for West Ham. West Ham 3, Burnley 0. And of course we now come to the big game on Sunday. Liverpool versus Manchester City. Liverpool are top and City are 2nd. Liverpool have won 19, lost 2. Manchester City have won the same, 19, and lost 3. This should be a great match between these two, but I suspect they'll probably just be the odd goal in this one. It'll probably be scored in about the 99th minute or 95th minute. It'll probably be scored by Liverpool, or could be Manchester City. Of course, City had a great win against United last Sunday. This one I'm going to go for Liverpool. Liverpool 1, Manchester City 0. And finally, Chelsea versus Newcastle. Well, Chelsea 11th, Newcastle are 8th, and of course we all know the problems Chelsea have at the moment. Will Pochettino be still at Chelsea the start of next season, or will the Chelsea board or owners decide to sack him at the end of the season? Because Chelsea don't seem to be improving at all. I've never known Chelsea so bad. And, you know, they never used to be like this. When Mourinho was there, of course they won the Premier League and the Champions League, but the players they got there, I don't know who they are. I've never heard of them, of course. And to think that Chelsea had some great players many years ago, I'm going back in the 1970s. That's when Chelsea did have a good team with the likes of Peter Osgood, Ken Hutchinson and John Hollins and David Webb and Ron Harris. That was a Chelsea team back then in the 70s, more than 50 years ago. Well, 54 years ago, of course, they won the Cup in 1970, and that's they did have a great team back then. That's the kind of players they need now. But of course, times have changed. Anyway, Chelsea have won 10, lost 10. Newcastle have won 12, lost 11. Of course, Chelsea drew with Brentford last weekend. They threw a 2-goal lead away. Did Chelsea. And Newcastle, of course, beat Wolves. This one I'm going to go for Chelsea 2, Newcastle 3. Well, that's the end of my predictions for this weekend's Premiership matches. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all again in another